We're green.
Still green?
Still green.
It's not easy.
It is extremely not easy.
Okay, so we turned.
Hello, people.
Hi. So I think
Quality of the stream might be a bit lower, but frame rate should be improved.
right.
Hopefully.
We hope.
So we were streaming at something like 1.2 megabits a second, and speedtest.net says we have 1 megabit upload. So I think
Should be better now.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
If you're watching the YouTube old version of this, you missed a little bit where we just talked about where we were in the game, because I probably won't upload that.
Yeah, that's okay. You have missed absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it was us being lost and having network trouble. I liking all these weird pulsing.
so. Before we
Take a moment to familiarize with yourself with the controls.
Yeah, no, I am.
Before we lost connection, we were told to find the source of the vegetation.
I think we found it.
Probably.
That looks like vegetation.
It's cool how if you like.
Shit!
Don't fight!
Shit. Jesus. Wow. They don't fuck around.
On the bright side, you there for a moment saw the best Samus outfit from Smash Brothers 4.
So how did we get there? Because I was doing technical stuff when
Go
we
down.
got there.
And yeah, I would try using a power bomb there.
Yeah, no, I was trying to... Okay, did we go through here or which way?
Yeah,
You went
go
down
Okay.
and like under. So
Okay.
like right underneath this
So,
platform,
yeah,
there's a
there's-
tiny hole in the wall.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. How do I get there easily?
Well, there's some platforms right there, which are kind of hard to... No, there
No.
aren't, actually.
Nope.
So do the opposite of what you just did.
Fly.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I've got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, I'm like... Oh, okay. I see. I'm trying to remember what moves we have available to us right now. Can
We have
do-
space jump.
Okay, we do have... I just need to remember how to... What's the trick to the space jump again? Oh no, I'm thinking... Oh, there we
Yeah.
go.
It's
okay.
a lot easier
Yeah.
this one.
Just trying to remember what the rhythm is. Oh, and I can't do it if... Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi folks, welcome to another episode of Miguel Cannot Space Jump Even When It's Easy. I can definitely not
Wow.
space jump better than previously.
So on the first pass, we get killed by SAX. On the second pass, we just get killed by bees. On the third
That's how I
pass,
expect my life to go.
I expect that like Miguel will get his legs stuck in the door and like starve to death slowly.
Oh, okay, I can't just get there.
Yeah, you have to destroy the vegetation. Could also fire some missiles at these.
So
Yeah.
remember
You got a
the
lot of those.
Yeah.
yellow globs that come out of them. If you pick those up, they heal you. If you don't pick them up, they will fly
become
off
new
to the other
ones.
side of the room.
Yeah.
And yeah. So you know what you could do is you could save right here,
Ah, okay.
Is that
No,
really
no, it's
great?
one down.
one
Below.
floor down.
Yeah, that makes sense as a thing to do.
So you have less health and barely more distance covered. I
Do
don't-
the saves not... I can't remember if this one... The saves heal you or not.
I don't remember.
I believe they don't.
I think
What,
they might.
what do the ends do? What does
Navigation
an
room.
end? Okay, so that won't help either in terms of healing. I thought this one did heal you when you went to the...
I honestly don't remember. No, they
Why don't you walk in and not save? And see what that does.
Yeah, don't.
It'll ask if
They
you want to
don't
save.
save. Or they don't heal you, rather.
Okay.
So a really interesting thing about watching Miguel play this game to me is watching someone who is not like extreme. I'm not very good at a lot of video games, but I have a lot of proficiency with the Metroid series, and so I completely forget that the Metroid series has this really weird and unique control style, which if you're not extremely familiar with it, will do to you what it is doing to Miguel right now.
Also, the gap in, like, we have not played for a while is definitely not helping me.
So maybe this time don't jump all the way down to the floor.
I was trying not to.
Okay.
I'm
Maybe,
not
like-
clear where I'm supposed to be trying to get. Like, I know where I'm supposed to get to, but I don't see how to get to it.
Clear it from the floor.
So there's a
It's
little
like jump
platform
up and
underneath
shoot.
it.
Sorry?
Maybe try some practice jumps before you go off.
How am I supposed to, like...
There are vines. You need to shoot them.
Yeah, right there.
Just
Okay.
right, yeah.
We should also note this isn't completely Miguel's fault because I told him he could stand on a particular one of those vines and you can't.
Okay, I'm saving.
No heal.
No. The difference between the, like, you can stand on and you cannot stand on vines is a little too subtle on this screen.
The stream has a real problem with that.
Yeah.
You
I'm
promise that this next bit gets awesome
You
as
need to
soon as
hold
you're
it
done being caught up
Sorry?
in vines
You
and
need to
getting
hold it down after you.
repeatedly murdered by small insects.
And not get hit.
Yeah, also that.
I'm holding. I have totally lost how to get the timing consistent on this.
So the way I normally do it is I instead of timing it based on Samus's movement, like once Samus starts going down, like I wait for it to fall a little bit and then I hit the button.
Okay.
Like that. Oh, good. That was really good. Let's, now remember you can
Ball
jump
like
while
that.
you're a ball.
Yeah, okay.
Like that, yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, folks.
And maybe practice the idea of power bombing. Actually, that would be great right now because that would just blast you through all of this if you use one power bomb. Yeah, like that. That is probably your best bet because not only do the power bombs destroy most things, they kind of reveal the meaning of the things they don't destroy.
Yeah. God damn.
So the thing to note for watchers at this point is that Samus is equipped with SAX is equipped with the Ice Beam, and Samus is now part Metroid. And we all know how you kill Metroids.
Damn it. Too high? Okay, I'm getting the space jump better. Thanks for the tip. On that.
Eonis, my headcanon is that the Zero Suit Samus from Smash 4 is in fact SAX. Because she seems to have a very, very different personality from actual Samus.
There's a...
Do you hear those footsteps coming, Mr. Anderson? It is the sound of your
Whoa,
your
whoa,
doom.
whoa! Ow!
You want me to take it?
Yeah, you have a go at it. I also need some alcohol in me.
Oh, that'll help.
Glad we're playing an easy game like Metal Slug after this.
Evanescence, the problem at the moment is that you're coming up against a wall.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to run. My problem is I don't know how to get past that wall. And by the time it starts to tell me, I die.
So this, that room, like, Christine flew through it, Miguel struggled with it, that's sort of like proficiency with Metroid's idiom, right? This next bit, however, this next bit is just bullshit. This is for narrative reasons. They've decided it's really interesting if SAX can kill you very, very easily, and you barely survive this encounter. And it turns out that if you design a section to make you barely survive an encounter, maybe
It's very difficult to...
maybe you just don't survive the encounter. They probably wanted you to die several times here. They probably did not want you to die several times here and then give up, but I could imagine that happening to someone.
People are saying that the
Oh,
low
it is a
bit rate.
speed booster bit, yeah.
The bitrate is making the game super blowy. Let's see when we get into other areas. Otherwise, maybe before we get into Metal Slug, I'll try raising it a little bit and seeing if we get something better. Because we're getting solid green now, so...
Yeah, I think that possibly the problems before really were just you were trying to push more bitrate than you actually have.
Yeah. I'm just wondering if we can push a teeny bit more between what we had and...
So like what's really going on here is that they sort of wanted this game to be a horror game a little bit. And so like the SAX sections are like...
They're scary. You hear that thing, you fucking run. They are...
It might be a little
Yeah,
bit
look
less
at how
scary
bad
on
I
like
was
the
doing
fifth
this.
repetition where like it's like, okay, I just need to...
Well, it's the first time that it's actually been threatening.
Yeah, every other time...
Up until now, it's been very easy. Like, they've sold the horror, but without actually, like, making it a threat.
Usually, like, SAX is, like, on the other side of a wall, and you just have to not go on the same side of the wall. Did you just lose, like, all of your health? Wow.
Yep.
May I try?
Sure, go for it.
I'm trying to log in over the cell network and see how bad the stream is so I can figure out... how much we need to get this fixed. Did I not? Guess I did. Oh, it's been trying to... Why does it always attempt to, like, stream the game while we're streaming the game? That couldn't have been helping.
Did I say it might have done the opposite of helping?
Let us know if it gets a bit clearer now.
You need to do the bomb instantly.
Yeah, Actually, I was doing great, but the problem was I didn't know what the power bomb button was.
Oh.
So,
it's-
yeah, I was doing R plus bomb, like going like, why didn't this work?
Oh,
That's interesting.
somebody's saying you can freeze SAX. We should maybe try that.
Sure, why not?
Let me know if the stream's less blowy now.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That sure helps. Can I have one more try?
Almost got it.
Okay, stream cleaned up nice. Mostly want to make sure that we've got a nice clean stream for when we do Metal Slug, because we're going to be doing a lot of talking about the artwork and that.
Yeah.
So it would suck to have a blowy one. I really wish the Twitch dashboard was not so fond of auto-starting the video window.
It's very
Really
frustrating.
not a very useful feature.
Yeah. And like I had turned it off already multiple times on that page and it restarted itself when we reconnected. Without me doing anything. It's on this side.
It's hard to understand how 600 kbps is not enough, given this is just basically one really large... This is not a high screen resolution. Nice.
Well, it's still sending out a higher screen resolution.
SAX is not very good at exploration games.
Would have been nice if they'd made this area kind of dark, the way that they
Yeah.
did for the hiding spots in the other GBA one.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, they might have learned something about stealth that they then implemented for Zero Mission. Ugh.
SAX does not understand object permanence.
I like the insect trapped in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess whatever the plant stuff is, they're not friends with the insects. I like the wing particles slowly falling down. That. Guessing up.
That
You're about
might
to
destroy
lose
it.
your platform.
Yeah. Cool. What if you stand right there?
Maybe do another bomb lower down.
What's up with that? Oh.
There we go.
I feel like the game is not... I feel like the game is not following its own rules in this section super well.
I'm just not a fan of destructible terrain that you can't tell is destructible, because it just ends up with a lot of...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that is...
Like, can you spot the slightly different thing is an interesting game mechanic compared to can you wander around the entire world hitting attack
The
at,
thing
like,
that was-
inanimate objects.
The thing that was weird about that section was that, great. The thing that was weird about that section was that it was all like, you had something to destroy things with, but it only works for a current screen. But a screen is not like a really well-defined concept.
No.
Yeah, no, people are mentioning that on the chat.
Huh.
Here.
Okay. I have a bit more booze in me. I can totally space jump better now.
Right, that's how it works.
Nope, I can't.
I'm really curious what looked there though.
Okay.
It's like no, you back on there.
A save spot would be really nice.
Whoa. Whoa. Dude. Like that was...
I'm very glad that you summoned the same spot.
I was correct. The save spot was very nice. I don't know if I'm supposed to be... Oh,
It's good that you're saved with almost no health.
blow is still strong even in the other areas. I think we'll finish this with the blower and then I'll do another reset where we try a slightly higher bit rate.
One of the really frustrating things about trying to debug issues with streaming on Twitch is that you can't change your bitrate without bringing the stream down and then back up, which then has like consequences in terms of like your video archive and stuff. Did you intentionally run past that hole in the ceiling?
Yeah, I wanted to check that first.
That's reasonable. Great. But the game is really breaking a lot of its rules here in a way that like doesn't seem super interesting to me.
Like what sort of rules is it breaking? Because it's not apparent to me. Oh, neat.
Cool.
Oh, it's the stinky flowers.
It's playing something.
It's slippery. It's not.
Technically,
so much
it's a boss.
Stop jumping into flowers, Christine. Stop jumping into flowers, Christine.
It's the it's using the same like synthesizer voice as the Spore Spawn song, but
Yeah.
it's not the Spore Spawn song.
So much time with flower friends.
I like how you like resolve that really elaborate maze and then you just fall into a flower and die. It's a good end to Samus's story.
Oh yeah, I was going to set up my phone so that we can try to fix the stream after this. Oh, and my tweet did not go out with all the other stuff that was going on.
Fucking.
Because of course it didn't.
Can you do anything to the little spore bits? Like, can you shoot them with either of your weapons? Can you power bomb them?
Have you tried just staying in the flower?
Maybe it's nicer inside the flower. Maybe the flower is your true friend.
Oh,
Fuck
Jesus.
You. Oh, God.
That was not what I expected inside a flower corpse. Weird lasers was the last thing I was expecting.
I like how
What a
despite it
strange
being
boss.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're spitting pollen.
Oh, fuck.
Oh God, it can still do weird
Please,
fork
please, please.
lasers.
Oh.
Some of the music in this game is just really strange. Like the little tiny song they were playing during just the X-Core at the end of there. It was like... very odd.
Okay, lots of missiles.
You're going to get a refill from the eyeball, right?
Yeah, but it's not a full refill.
But I mean, like, is it a missile refill?
Yes. It's a red one, so it gives you a lot, just not...
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I can just use power bombs, actually. Okay. Fuck!
You can do it. And can I manage to log into Twitch on my phone is an entirely other question. So there's no way to get rid of those little top ones?
Nope.
No. Oh yeah, they specifically disappear when you get to the next stage. And that's when the flower starts spinning.
Almost had it. Fuck!
Fuck.
Oh! Great,
Sorry.
great. Thanks, Miguel.
You're welcome. Just trying to see how bad this stream is so I can figure out how dire this is.
Let's relive some of our favorite moments from our Metroid Fusion run.
Okay, it's choppy but pretty clear. Oh no, I guess it is getting a little bit blowy at times.
Yes, we only have the ice missiles right now.
Oh yeah, no. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it just, yeah.
Oh, come on.
I like that shade of purple it turns as you're about to kill it.
Yeah, pretty good.
Goes nice with the green.
Good jump.
Okay.
Oh, thank. Oh.
Beam now pierces enemies.
Is that useful?
Yeah. Fuck you.
Definitely
In
makes-
particular.
I feel like a lot of the time, like, some of the upgrades, like the plasma beam, like, don't actually help you, they just make you feel really powerful.
Yep. Well, I mean, it means they can, you know, now throw two at you instead of.
Oh. Great.
But it doesn't have. But it has the same effect as.
Was that the source of the Is there less vegetation now? So that would make a lot of sense if you destroyed the source of vegetation and now there's
Same
less
spot.
vegetation.
Just one over.
Yeah.
Plasma beam is super good in this game because it kills the damn bees.
Fuck the bees.
I'm definitely pro bee death. Colony collapse now. Colony collapse forever.
I really want to stress how good a game Environmental Station Alpha is.
Yeah, so the doors are now. Yeah, a bunch of doors that didn't have power now have it. So it must
Okay.
have. That must have been it.
That was the vegetation that was
Yep.
fucking with the power. I feel like if that was like, would have been good if they'd done some sort of recolor to all of the foliage at this point, so you sort of could tell that you'd killed it. Unless there's a bunch of those we've got to do.
So the thing I really like about Environmental Station Alpha is that like the normal thing in like a Zelda-alike or a Metroid-alike is like items are keys, and every time you get a new item, it opens up like the area of the map you can access broadens because now you've got more keys than you had before. Environmental Station Alpha, like I would suggest powerbombing in here.
Mm-hmm.
Environmental Station Alpha, instead of having like keys and gates, the thing that opens a gate
Nope,
is
it's just
that's
nothing.
weird. The thing that opens a gate is like usually like an event, and that's good because it means that instead of like the area that you can access like continually broadening, it can like expand and shrink or just change in different ways. Like you change something about the station, like you kill the giant tree that was choking everything's life, and now maybe like this opens up some areas, but it closes off others
Right,
because. What? What?
Wait, is this what you're talking about? Environmental Station Alpha? You mean
Yeah.
this? Okay, I thought you were talking about a different game.
No, that's a different game.
I'm talking
Okay.
about the game Environmental Station Alpha.
Because the example you used just was
Yeah.
this.
Well, because it made me think of that, and also because I kind of strongly suspect what.
I guess now try using it. That was some bullshit.
Okay, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
That's.
So
One
like
way to
on
heal.
top of shoot every wall, there's now jump at every wall.
Yeah, no, there's no indication when you powerbomb.
That's
Yeah, I don't like that.
Ugh. Anyway, Environmental Station Alpha started production a couple of years after this game, so I suspect that the bit Environmental Station Alpha where you kill a giant plant was inspired by this bit. Also, just the entire concept of the game is very similar to this one.
Is it non-linear still? Like that's the thing that I think you kind of start to lose from that.
It remains non-linear in an interesting way. It's just that
Oh, enemies come out of that wall. I see. That's. No, that's fair.
that's a
that
trick
is.
that they used before in this game.
Yeah,
in
no,
this
it's a
series.
fair one. That's
Okay.
legit.
I think in ESA it's still interesting because it just means that the map can be very, very large. But you're not like thinking about like this enormous map, what are the edges of the entire
Yeah.
map? You're thinking about what are the sections of the map I have access to right now.
I just wonder, like,
And it also means that it can have you like visit like a map area like very early on, and then prevent you from getting there until much later. And by the time you get there much later, your movement is very different, so you have a very different
Yeah.
relationship to it.
At that point, the structure doesn't sound as much like a Metroidvania. Like at that point, like, wouldn't even like Metal Gear Solid 2 be kind of that? Because it also has revisiting areas, but areas get closed off and opened due to story events.
Yeah, I didn't really play Metal Gear Solid 2. But I mean, Metroidvania is this very, very loose concept,
Yeah.
right?
It's just that once you start using events, I feel like you've lost one of the key Metroidvania.
You've lost a key concept, but I'm not sure it's really an interesting concept. I mean, like, compare, like, Cave Story. Cave Story does actually that exact same
Yeah.
thing. It's a Metroidvania, and it's very much the case that there's, like, you know, keys that open gates.
I
but
don't
it's also...
think it's a Metroidvania.
Yeah, I wouldn't describe it that way.
Maybe like an open world platformer.
whatever. But it's still the case that like your focus is on sort of figuring out what it is you need to do to get to the next area. A lot of the time in Cave Story, that's you've got one area open to you. It's a long linear corridor, and you shoot your way through it. But
Yeah.
What? You've restored plasma beam functionality? Most unexpected.
That's not what I intended.
Even so, continue to avoid the SX. It too may be stronger. And you still lack a few abilities crucial to survival. Wait a second. More trouble. Hold on. I've isolated the cause. There's been an explosion in the Arctic data room. Samus, go to Sector 5. The damage is staggering. Find out what's causing it. So, good at sabotaging data rooms, bad at object permanence.
Yeah, going back to our conversation, I feel like weapons as keys is kind of like a key part of what makes something a Metroidvania. Otherwise, it's a platformer with an more open concept.
Both Cave Story and ESA use items and weapons as keys. They just don't exclusively stick to that idea. I feel like Metroidvania is a very vague concept, and
It's gotten worse. The damage seems to have been caused by a creature kept here by the researchers, who named it the Nightmare.
Oh, this sounds
Apparently, it was a biomechanical organism designed for military applications. It possesses uncommon power and can manipulate gravity. We must assume it has become an ex-host. We have no choice. You must find it and defeat it. I can't confirm the location.
Probably that giant room.
This thing is out of control. Hurry before it destroys the entire station.
I like how just everything about what he described there screams, this was a bad idea.
Yeah, no. It's just a real bad idea.
So this is the big thing that we've been seeing, like, several weeks ago when we were playing before.
In the background, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that was moving around.
So one time...
Also, this boss is kinda, we've been...
This Cave Story and Metroidvania gets debates from 2008 to last year.
I actually really like this boss, but it did take me like 19... I think it took me like an entire evening to play it. Like, it took me a really long time. It's
Great.
It's ridiculous. It also has the best song in the game. It's really good.
Yeah,
So, I used to work at a, like, large Silicon Valley tech company you've heard of, and,
this looks fine.
When I showed up for work there, in my first week, I discovered that we had a Project Icarus. And all I could think is, never name anything Project Icarus! What are you thinking?
Was it a spaceship that was going to fly into the sun? Because I think at that point you're allowed to call it Project Icarus.
Okay, that would make sense.
I mean...
Like, I think that is the one situation where, yes, that is the most appropriate name.
I can't say what it was without saying where it was, which point it becomes like a NDA thing, but I will say it was something that came out about a year later, and it turned out okay. It was fine. When you saw that room, I was just like, something terrible is going to happen.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about... There's one of these sets of, like, broken glass sprites that just does not look good. When it shows up again, I'll point it out. Most of these look good. It's that the one with cracks.
It's a little...
It doesn't really work. Like, it's supposed to be that the glass is still there, but it just looks like floating.
It looks like it would make sense if it was connected to more glass.
Yeah. But it's used in a lot of bad places also. I feel like they should have just stuck with the ones that are just like broken shards and not tried to have more complete sections. Because they're kind of trying to do two different illusions with the lack of transparency.
Oh, this looks good. Everything's fine.
Ah, yes.
Wait, isn't this the data room you were at before that was broken?
I don't know if it was broken, but...
Okay, apparently Project Icarus was the code name for Bioshock Infinite.
That's great and also fascinating considering that Bioshock Infinite did actually kill that company, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
I am not a former Irrational Games employee.
they did in fact fly too close to the sun. And that sun was both sidesism.
I was gonna say, really, so like taking out all the interesting stuff out of a Looking Glass game is the same as being like close to the sun. But that works better.
Fuck.
You flew too close to commenting on the American relationship with race in a game mainly characterized by the things that you shoot.
And time travel shenanigans.
Yeah, I was going to say that's like two hard things and you mixed them and you kind of achieved neither, but then we've been
Oh,
watching
God
Timeless
damn
for
it.
the last few weeks.
What is Timeless?
Timeless is like an NBC like serial drama, which is actually wonderfully good. And one of the
Oh,
god,
fuck.
oh that was great.
It's not great though, because I'm pretty sure you can't kill those. No, you can.
You
Okay,
can.
never mind.
I don't know if y'all saw that, but she killed a space pirate and a fish, and the little X's smashed together and became a space pirate fish. So Timeless is like an NBC show from like a year or two ago, about basically Elon Musk invents a time machine, and then it gets stolen, and one of his employees, a Navy SEAL and a college history professor, have to run around trying to trying to recover Elon Musk's time machine on behalf of the government. But the
Well,
thing,
flunkies?
what?
Nothing.
Anyway, the best thing about this is that one of the characters on this time travel team is black, and they just will not let go of exactly how incredibly shitty that about 90% of American history is for black people. It's like it's just like a major thing in every single episode is like, okay, we're in the past. Oh, right. Everyone is really racist here. Huh. Okay. Which means it apparently is possible to mix analysis of the American relationship with race and time travel shenanigans into one piece of fiction, and it worked great.
Okay.
I think it largely doesn't work if you've also like committed yourself to not saying anything political.
Yeah, that's...
That's the thing where it goes wrong.
Yeah.
Welcome to our apolitical game about race.
I wonder if they can see the bouncing lion icon on the stream.
No, but I'm gonna have to grab that, because I can see it and it's gonna drive me nuts.
Ooh, I get to play.
Cool.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, that's why I'm...
They're seeing your desktop, just so you know. Okay, where am I going?
Hopefully not to die.
However, you are going to die.
Yeah. It is me playing now.
If you so much as even look at the nightmare, I'm gonna...
Well, I think we should let Miguel die too.
Yeah, if there's like one thing...
Oh, sure,
that's
why not? Sure.
characterized this
Go for it.
Yeah.
series of streams, it's me hitting a boss, dying a bunch of times, then passing the controller to you. It's like a bit now.
I'm not sure if they did as much with it as they could have, but I just really love the whole thing about, like, you kill this enemy, it just turns into some blob, and then it turns back into an enemy.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Definitely like the space pirate mermaids are.
Yeah.
I guess that's supposed to show it like loaning.
Yeah.
Oh, doing this in
And also
narrow
having no
corridors is
respect
not
for...
fun.
Yeah, there's also a lot of things where it's like these aren't... It's like a lot of classic enemies from Metroid games, but it's not really them. It's like a weird monster trying to pretend to be. So like they all look like weird half-remembered versions
Yeah.
of.
It's like a slightly damaged version of the Thing.
And yeah, there's a couple. There are a couple puzzles that use it.
Bootleg stuff, the Thing. Like imagine like this elaborate scene where like, all right, we don't know who's the Thing, but we'll find out, and it's like,
I think it's the guy with 3 arms. Oh shit! I should have known.
you really should have.
I love this crazy background. Oh, it's this. It's the screenshot I've been using whenever I talk about the game. This game just does have some lovely pixel art. Okay.
So you can hold both triggers to aim up your.
Oh yeah. What hooks this thing?
You did just hurt
Yeah.
once. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh. Shit. No. When did that get reset? Oh, that's not. Whoa!
Very normal. Everything's very normal.
I'm just loving the crazy color effects. Wow, the hitbox is kind of weird on that. Which, like, welcome to the bosses in this game.
Everything is very normal. Nothing is bad. The boss is crying green
Oh, wait.
blood.
It's like warping where my missiles go, also.
Yep.
Yep.
It has gravity powers.
It does not hover warp the beams.
Yeah, that's what I suddenly figured out. Oh, okay. Let me try that again.
You did pretty well.
That's a neat gimmick to get you using your power shot. I like that.
You know, it just really like.
No, the background music is really good.
I'm not really sure, but like when they start doing the background effect, like everything kind of slows down a little bit, and I think like the music slows down a little bit. And I'm not sure if that's intentional, but it's good. Curiosity killed the battery. Don't unseal it. That's my advice. So I had a lot of problems with my Wii. When Smash came out, Smash Brawl was one of the first like 2-layer Wii games, so a lot of Wii's kind of like broke a little bit the first time that they tried to run.
Oh, they really don't want you doing that. Okay, I need to concentrate a bit here.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's... Oh, it's crying green blood.
Yep.
Lovely.
It should not be. Yeah, no, the lag is present on hardware.
I'm assuming it's intentional, like
Yeah.
it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Oh, I
Very
love
normal.
the slow progression of blood
Yeah.
tears. This is some great goth ass shit.
It's like, how do you sell an enemy called the Nightmare in a hard SF game? Like this. It's an adorable floating cat, crying green blood.
I thought it was a giant sentient baseball, but I'll go with cat.
Yeah, no, whatever they were up to on the station was probably not great.
There's a bit in one of the Star Wars novels.
Oh my god!
Everything is very normal.
What am I supposed to be hitting here? Ah. Shit,
There's
shit,
no
shit.
gravity, so you can use.
Oh.
Sure.
One of the Star Wars novels, there's a bit where they meet the team that designed the Death Star, and they're like, "Oh no, it wasn't for military applications. It was for peaceful purposes, like blowing open planets to get the minerals inside." And they're like, "It was named the Death Star." You're designing like the Death Star and the Sun Crusher. Like, these are not peaceful names. They just sort of look sheepish.
Oh, like Palantir, right?
Yeah, Palantir.
Perfectly normal, non-supervillain.
Yeah. You know, like back in Silicon Valley, like the people who worked at Palantir just used to walk around wearing track jackets with the name of the company on it.
What is Palantir?
Okay, remember the guy who like made the news for like paying money to get Gawker shot down and then trying to buy the blood of young people so he could drink it and live forever? Before he did these two things, this company was something called Palantir, which was big data analysis so that the NSA and such could spy on people.
Oh, okay.
I don't actually.
That's
They never.
Thiel, right? Peter
Thiel, yeah.
Yeah.
They never disclosed. I don't think. I don't know for the fact it was the NSA, but like you can pretty much guess who the customers were.
You know what I say about Silicon Valley? Bone it down and salt the earth.
You know it's already a Superfund site, right?
I was gonna say, like, salting the earth, really not necessary.
We were looking into buying a house there, and they told us, now remember, you can't actually grow anything in the soil. You need to like truck in soil because this entire area is like one of the largest environmental disaster sites in the U.S.
What did they do there?
Silicon.
Ah, okay.
The entire ground is full of heavy metals from the microchip processing plants that were there in like the 60s before it all got moved to East Asia.
Alright, now here the party begins. Fuck, right.
I kind of don't like how it just flies through.
I think this is where I got stuck for a long time. The first time I was like, what does it even want you to do?
Yeah, no, I'm
I
kind of...
thought I remembered, but maybe I don't.
You can't shoot from below. What happens if you power bomb? That doesn't make sense.
I genuinely do not remember what the...
It's like the eyes open up. It feels like that must be what you're supposed to be.
I think it's...
The mouth or something?
Maybe with
I
the
think it's a
regular-
hole.
The hole.
I think.
But that's it. It's bullshit.
No?
Yeah, this is neither like challenging nor interesting nor horrifying.
Oh,
It's
you
just
have to
like,
shoot it from the side.
the side.
You have to shoot the face from the side.
Oh, that's what I remembered. Shooting the weird.
That's the thing, like, I really like this boss. It's, like, great atmospheric, and it is so fucking hard by the time you actually beat it. Like, all of that is just worn off, and you're just frustrated thinking about it mechanically.
I do feel like the worst
Which
bit
is
of
like-
like Sorry.
Well, I feel like that's like the real peril with horror games. Like I've mentioned this a bunch, but like I feel like ideally, the best enemy in a horror game, it doesn't kill you. It just convinces you that it could kill you, and like genuinely convinces the player that like you should be scared, but then doesn't kill you because if you die, like the tension is lost.
Yeah, no, it's what we need to stream Yomawari Night Alone, which incredibly atmospheric, full of cheap kills. It's both really good and also like a very clear like demonstration of that flaw.
What I really hate about, like, the worst thing about basically every Metroid boss in every Metroid game is like the whole thing, like the period where like it wants you to do something magic to harm the boss and you just don't know what. And like there's no tension, you're not really having trouble or being challenged, you're just sort of running around trying different things until you figure out what it is you're supposed to do.
Well, in this case, and you have a really obnoxious movement pattern to deal with while it does,
Yeah.
like you have to like kite it around to make sure you don't get
Yeah. Or like,
someone hit the chat.
and then like in Prime there's a thing where it's just like every time there's a new phase you're supposed to scan it and it just tells you what you're supposed to do, but that's not interesting either. Like if you somehow just walk in knowing, okay, I'm supposed to do it with missiles underneath, and then charge blasts underneath, and then missiles from the side into the face. If you know that, it's sort of interesting, but figuring out those 3 phases is not interesting. And in the process of figuring it out, you've gotten bored with what actually is interesting about this boss.
Yeah, I feel like Metal Gear does a much better job of the same sort of puzzle boss.
Yeah,
thing.
no, Metal Gear has really good puzzle bosses when
But it's partially because they've got voice acting so that they can have like hints embedded
yeah.
in it narratively, plus you're dealing with like real world things, which helps because there's a bunch of like, you're like, oh, a tank, I can probably use anti-tank mines against it, or this, or this. So the fact that it's like real world stuff mixed with really clear messaging, mixed with the fact that you can basically have the boss yelling out hints. Okay, yeah, now it's blinking.
You've also got the potential to just call up your friend on the phone in that one.
Yeah, no, and then there's that as like the last resort. And it kind of like tells how many times you've died and eventually will just phone you up if you're having enough trouble.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember doing that to me on the Psycho Mantis fight.
I feel like that's also sort of, it's a bit unfair when you're using basically the game that has the best bosses in games as comparison.
Oh fuck, that's too high.
I really like the way the segmented sprite stuff on this is done. It's basically one image.
His face is doing really well right now.
Yeah. But those arms are just moving static images around to get that cool pulse.
I like how at the start of
my
this phase it was
God.
just floating around, and now it's kind of getting slower and slower and doing kind of worse.
This is so fucked up.
Like that's unusual and kind of cool. Like a boss that actually gets easier the longer you fight it, because you're getting beat up, but it's also getting beat up.
Also, like, there's an almost like glitch aesthetic to that head at this point.
Yeah.
It's good.
I mean, these things aren't hard when you have a lot of room.
Someone in chat mentioned, I love reloading in the middle of a battle. It's like, yeah, the classic example of dialogue giving you a hint in Metal Gear.
Here, come on.
Yeah. But no, that large boss and how it did the sort of animation by just
it's really
moving
fun to
static
compare
things
this
around.
song to the after boss music from Super Metroid. They played this almost every time you did a boss, or just sort of like this, like slightly.
Yeah, this is not music I feel great about. Like,
This is like evening matinee horror movie music.
I was saying about the segmented sprite
Yeah.
for that boss. What's interesting about it is it basically, other than the face, it's largely a still image
Yeah.
that's just being moved around. And when we get to Metal Slug, they have things where they could do that, and they just don't. They're just like, do I need to run from the other room? Yeah.
I'm getting really, really tired of puzzles
Yeah.
where you have to run from another room.
Yeah, Metal Slug, you'll
Interesting.
see things where they're moving segmented sprites around, but also, like, every single one of those segments has, like, 3 or 4 frames of animation on it. And it's filling the screen in the same way. It's ridiculously excessive. Okay, wait, where's the save room from here?
Yeah, let's
Up
go
to the right.
back there.
Yeah. Also, maybe we could go back and get that
Yeah.
E-tank.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there is in fact a trick to it that we've been reminded of.
Excuse me.
You use the plasma beam on this.
Oh, yeah, that's actually...
Yeah.
I thought I was being clever. I hate the jumping in all Metroids, even when it's done well. I hate it.
Yeah, I really find it helps if you do it by ear. Like you're just like a real okay.
So in
Drop
other
a power
words,
bomb
Christina
here.
and I are giving you opposite recommendations. Oh wow, that's wild. Pretty sure that when I got this, I just jumped.
Yeah,
very,
no,
very...
I think. Well, one of us did it, I guess.
And loop around and save again. Oh, this again. Do that soon enough? No, I did not. And I love this type of puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, it's back there.
You could just go on.
No, I'll die. Oh. Wait, that's a lot easier. Looks like... Oh, recharge room to the left of the save room.
That doesn't look like.
This is... Nope.
No, but there is something in here, so let's
Yeah.
drop a power bomb.
That was weird.
Oh, it's just power bombs.
Your morph ball form looks like a cool skateboard now.
Hmm.
Can you blow that wall?
I mean, you just power bombs, so
Yeah.
That's true, actually.
no.
Yeah, no.
Probably there was a door previously,
Yeah.
but now
No door.
go down.
Oops. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Why will nothing hit this stupid fish?
Well, because it's a mermaid, and mermaids are extra powerful.
Everyone is that.
Oh, go to the right. There's a... Oh, we
Yeah.
probably need a running start. I'm sorry. I goofed.
Okay. God damn
You
it.
also need to not be there.
Yeah.
Little known fact. You can't actually get there.
How do these
You're
things
stuck.
respond to power bombs?
I don't know. Let me find out in a second.
God damn it. You also need to not be there.
I really don't like the Twitch
Yeah.
app and how it's not letting me not play things. What the devil?
Okay, so, oh wait. Oh. Yeah, this is real good. This pattern here. That is a really good surprise gag.
It's good, but it's also not helpful right now.
Yeah, no. I just like how it really gets across that there's this thing doing all sorts of weird mutation experiments. Yeah, I need to jump there. Okay. There's something around. Okay.
Okay, so to be clear, didn't you start off in section 5? And now you're in section 4?
Can't do this yet, right?
It's screw attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did have to jump there. Maybe this is okay. This looks like it's a long enough corridor on its own. Whoa! Ooh, pretty. That's a good looking game.
Yeah.
Oh, so I like the music here.
Hmm.
Feels like the opening of Loom.
Strange
Musically.
4, you should draw some mermaids. You still got this weird horror synth in the background.
Wait, looks like there might have been something past there. Maybe?
So,
Oh, just the red outline tricking me. Beautiful oasis. Oh, the mix of the sine wave distortion and the clear water effect is good.
oh yeah, the water.
Like
I
they've got
see
an
it,
alpha or an additive layer,
but it's not actually.
and then they've got a sine wave separately animating.
Yeah.
What? How you?
So they give you a beam that can shoot through armor, and then they give you enemies with armor that the beam can't shoot through. And this is just standard Metroid design,
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh jeez.
Oh, we're red again.
It looks like it's back.
Okay.
I don't think there's really any reason to attack these things, honestly.
I'm looking to see if there's secrets.
There's a dot.
Yeah, you already got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's what the dot
it's a
is.
circle.
Ah, right.
I can never remember. I was just like, I'm at the end
In
of
Super, it doesn't tell you when you.
I'm
got
at the
it.
end of a tunnel. I should probably
Yeah.
check for secrets.
Hey, what's that thing on the wall?
Sorry?
No, there was a tile on the wall that looked real suspicious to me.
We'll have to check it out later.
Oh, it's a dragon.
It's a little.
Little baby dragon. Dragon. Dagon?
Okay, that's how you do it.
So I feel like we got like 2 power-ups in a row where like it didn't really broadcast why we needed those power-ups.
I feel like with the other beam, like the wide beam is even more so of that. Like it's just a completely pointless power up.
And I guess it makes sense to just
Security
upgrade
lock.
your...
Do we have a red? Yeah?
No.
No,
No,
if
okay.
it was, it would be flashing.
Oh, yeah. I kind of like that they are at least making the power-up being useful in this one.
Yeah.
There isn't really a logic to it, which is sort of the problem with the sci-fi convention that we were talking about with the bosses. That, like, the logic of what type of beam will work against what type of thing
Yeah.
is super arbitrary.
It seems more about like what would be an interesting boss design. Well, what if you had to use like the bomb and then the missile and then something else and then they just...
Shit.
Maybe you want to save.
Yeah.
Maybe you
saved
should die to this
recently.
mermaid. Well, you'll have to redo that one room when you unpause and immediately die. Yeah, like that.
You want me
But I do feel like Metroid has this thing where like they put certain upgrades in just because they had that upgrade in a previous game, and like in this it's not like you have like a series of submerged areas and then like suddenly they give you the power up that lets you go through the submerged areas. Like in this they introduce the idea
Try
of...
doing a super bomb in here.
It's an interesting
to?
idea.
I'm pretty sure that's not.
But it did.
I don't think they do that.
Somebody was saying there's an Easter egg.
Oh, that's something else. But yeah, there's an enemy floating in an area that it doesn't seem like you ought to be able to get to. Is usually a tell in a Metroid game. Yeah, that's what I saw before.
I mean, I do feel like stuff like Ice Beam is a good upgrade.
Yeah,
Like that,
yeah.
that you immediately understand what is the concept here. And I think Metroid sort of fucks it up a little by making it just like also like the most powerful thing because like
Yeah.
there's no trade-off to it.
Well, it's also weird because like
Like
the ice beam doesn't make you feel more powerful. It makes you feel less powerful because suddenly things that took 1 shot to kill take 2. I remember this room. I remember thinking it was bullshit. I forget why.
I think like the reason that the ice one makes sense is, again, it's sort of falling back on elemental stuff, which just has the usefulness of we understand elements. Unfortunately, they don't really like then classify the enemies in any sort of way that makes that
Nice.
useful. It's not like the ice beam is what you use against fire enemies or anything
Yeah.
like that. There's no...
I mean, in Super Metroid, there's a thing where using the ice beam in the fire enemy area is really fun. Yeah, Malamy, that was something I was about to say. Is like the gravity suit seems to be something that a lot of the designers just specifically struggle with. Like, the gravity suit is like really tightly integrated into Super Metroid's design, and then everyone afterward concludes like, well, we also need a gravity suit, but like. This game didn't really do anything with the gravity suit. They just like there's a water section, and right before the water section, they give you the water suit.
I
Same
mean,
with,
but there's that early
AM2R.
water section where like you don't have one.
Yeah, but it's like Like, it doesn't feel like we're going to revisit that early water section and it will feel different, right? Did that happen?
What? What's happening here? Fuck.
Maybe throw down a super and see what.
I did. That's how we.
Yeah.
That's where we got this information from.
I remember hating this bit too.
Yeah, no, I remember in this somewhere here in general, there's something that's.
Oh, it looks like there might be a tunnel on the one over on the edge. No, down the central one and then over central one, so over one from there. Oh, I see. You've got to go up and around.
Yeah.
I'm not super into these clear cubes because it's not super clear where the exits and entrances are. Weird.
Yeah, if anyone remembers what you're doing here, this is
Tip is helping.
every
out.
time I get to this part in the game, I always forget.
I feel like Metroid 2 would have a lot of trouble communicating what water is or which suit you're wearing.
Yeah, the original Metroid 2, it does have the, it has the Varia suit, but it's just an armor.
There's an invisible wall on the right in the tall tunnel. Are invisible walls interesting?
No, never. Oh, okay.
That was...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, every time, like,
It's full of little red herring bits too, right? Like they establish, oh, this particular tile is probably something you can move through, and then there's a fish moving through there.
yeah, I see it.
Someone said something about there's a fish that reveals it. I wonder if like the fish was moving back and forth between those two sections, and we power bombed it. And then
Yeah, that's the
I
problem,
couldn't see
because
it.
you immediately power bomb to, like, figure out what you're missing, and...
Nice.
Yeah, I'm generally just not into how Metroid does secrets. It feels very old school.
Okay, now we have red hatches.
What would the song for this be? Now you can do things that we could not have done before.
No, it's you are locked out of a place, but now you'll open doors.
Oh, okay.
You have one less access rank, and now you have one more. This is a suggestion.
That's also good. That scans.
Is that there?
Hmm?
That thing?
What thing?
Is that a thing? The thing you're staring at, the grate.
No. Doesn't look like it.
Nope. There's lots of those.
Yeah, I really wish the secrets were more observational than they are. Like the thing with an enemy going through.
What was at the end of this tunnel? Was it something?
It was like a small power up, right?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what.
Is it missiles? I like missiles.
I say we don't look any gift horses in the mouth right now. I say that Samus should have as many horses as possible.
Oh yeah, those missiles. Missiles are good. I don't know what you're talking about. It's great that there's this huge gray area. I mean, that can't possibly be anything, like, unusual.
I want to save soon. With like at least
Yeah, I assume that's why you're
look
going up.
through.
Yeah, sure, let's do that. Yeah, I think like the first time I was in this area, I spent like half an hour just trying to. It's just one bad puzzle. Like that's what it really is.
I think I got really confused with like the room at the right of here because it's like weirdly shaped. I don't know. One thing is that like games from a certain era that included this era, you just expected you get stuck for about an hour. It's just a regular part of the game, right?
Yeah, but the par time on this game is only 3 hours.
Right. But then it takes 6 because there's 3 points where you get stuck for about an hour each. But then you stream that for like strangers on the internet, and all of a sudden, like we can't just like spend 3 hours getting. Like if I wasn't playing this on a stream, maybe I would just spend an hour running back and forth between 3 rooms and getting stuck. But like, I'm not sure I'd be having fun doing it. I just would put up with it. Great. So that thing's like a variant of an enemy from Meridia and Super Metroid, but it's all weird and freaky and misremembered.
I feel like some of this, like the secrets where it's just like there's an invisible door or you've got to shoot this thing.
Yeah.
They're kind of the equivalent of the puzzle in an old school adventure game where you fucked up because you didn't realize you could click on a thing.
Yeah, I feel like the Super Metroid. I feel like the Metroid games before this one were not as interested in that type of puzzle.
Yeah.
But like this game seems to friggin' love them. And sometimes this game makes it not so bad by like. What happens if you double shoot it?
I mean, nothing.
Okay.
Is it doing it based on you being close to it, or is it doing it because
It's based
it's
on you
a
being
timer?
close. No, it's close.
So what happens if you ice missile it while you're not close?
I mean, I tried that.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I bet you
Weird.
can get through.
I guess I just wasn't hitting at the right angle. Okay.
I feel like this. This is like.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't.
This
shooting.
team seems real interested in like what puzzles can we make with the Super Metroid mechanic, right? Like that was a puzzle.
There's someone saying there was a time in early FPS games where shooting random spots was considered good secret setups. Yeah, no, and I remember that. Like that's what I'm thinking about when we're playing this. Is I'm thinking about going through Wolfenstein and Doom and just you'd win the level and then you'd spend X amount of time basically running along every single surface shooting. And that was considered okay, but like that was because I was an idiot child and didn't know better.
So
Whereas like I think Ultima Underworld from the same period would only ever do secrets like that if there was a texture difference. And then you'd have to find like a small switch or something.
can we?
Oh, I get it.
Ugh.
It's everyone's favorite.
You all ready to run a long distance and jump?
Don't forget to shoot while you're running. That's interesting. Ugh. I feel like there's parts of this game where it's like this is the best designed Metroid game. No other game has accomplished something like this, and there's parts that are just
And then
like,
there's that.
really irritating. Oh, great.
I
I'm
can
glad you're playing
fly.
this segment.
Nice.
Yeah, I never liked these missile blocks. Like, I don't feel like they contribute anything.
By the way, I think you ran past a place you could have jumped up before you came here, but probably there was just like a thing behind it. Wow, they
Oh,
really...
huh. There's no way past these things.
I wonder if there's something important in the room labeled D.
Okay.
Diffusion?
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I do like that. Like, it turning this thing into a charge is kind of
Yeah.
actually interesting.
No, in the way that they're then using that.
As much as I
like-
don't normally like charge themes, like, I
What
feel
section are we in now? It's not 5, is it? We're not on, like...
like...
no,
Yeah, we
this-
snuck into the aqua.
Okay, I guess this is the early water area we encountered.
Yep.
If we want to get that save.
That's like another example of like they give you you encounter a thing that requires a power up, and then the very next room gives you the way to get past it. It's like it's not a puzzle. It's like a doorknob.
I mean,
Yeah.
part of it is that, like, this is, like, a genuine upgrade, and it is, like, teaching you, like...
Yeah, that's cool.
Like I do feel like
Yeah,
that
no,
is, like...
if they're gonna do more stuff with
but
that,
but
then
it's
good.
weird. It's weird they're not
Like, it
interested
forces
in-
you to immediately connect the two
Yeah.
concepts when that's not...
But it's
necessary.
interesting. It's interesting they're not interested in puzzles in the sense of like, what do you use to get this? Oh, it's this weird new power up. They are interested in like invisible wall puzzles.
You upgrade your missiles? That's unusual. There's no word from HQ. A procedural error, I'm sure. Even so, I do not approve of bypassing security level 4. From now on, you will use more discretion. In any case, Samus, do you remember the security robot you faced earlier? I believe the X have infected it. That is to say, they have claimed the organic components that form its neural network. It has entered Sector 6. I don't know what it's planning, but let's not wait to find out. Samus, you know what to do.
Please go die here this time, and die for real this time.
I feel like maybe, just maybe, they shouldn't have built everything on this station out of biological components. Like, maybe
Then
just
they're
have one
robots.
security robot that's just actually a robot. Really, it just would have solved the problem. Here, you wanna get killed by a security robot?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's like my thing.
I do like the structural thing in this game of like you start off and it's very like siloed and ordered. It's like go to area 4, now go to area 3, now go to area 2, and then you get to a certain
Then
point.
blast out the side of one area and go into another.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like
that's good structure.
you enter
Yeah.
level, and suddenly like you enter level 5 and like you're reaching, and it's like you got missile upgrades and a beam up. I didn't tell you to do that. And that's happening at about the same point that like the design itself is more kind of freeform and less go where we told you to.
The security robot seems to have gotten much stronger. This worries me. Be careful. But we have another problem. Once you're done, leave the sector immediately. The SAX is tracking you.
Okay, so I know what's on. Listen, like maybe adding an alien biological plague doesn't really help, but notice when Kodak announced that they were adding an alien biological plague to their products, their stock price doubled in a day. So clearly the market sees the value of this.
Are you saying bitcoins are aliens?
I'm saying we've got a paperclip maximizer on our hands.
I still haven't played that game. Oh, it's a psychedelic Omo. I remember these. Oh, and space bagpipes. All our old
And don't
friends.
forget the arm.
Okay, we've already got with us.
Pretty cool arm. Yeah, but is your arm large and hanging from the ceiling?
I am curious. It does seem like a hardware error is happening here, where you're supposed to have a much stronger light around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing something is not quite being emulated correctly.
I mean, it might just be because of the screen.
Yeah. No, yeah.
These colors were dramatically different on the.
Yeah.
Colors and the gamma. Okay.
Right, unfortunately, we're not ever going to be able to experience this game as meant to be played, which is on your original Game Boy Advance, under the covers, trying to pretend you're asleep.
You know what?
And failing because you're screaming at,
Nightmare?
Yeah, sure, let's go with Nightmare.
I remember the Game Boy Color and Game Boy original OG Game Boy Advance working really well with airport lighting for some reason.
Huh.
Like super clear.
That...
I
So
still.
clearly the ideal places when traveling by air.
I still want to start a rumor that like the NSA figured out that they could like break RSA, but in order to do it, they needed to make a very large database of like values that when you hash them, the results have long zero prefixes. And that all of Bitcoin, Satoshi was actually just an NSA person trying to do some social engineering to convince a large number of people worldwide to set up a network to compute large numbers of, like, large blocks of data, all of which hash to values with long zero prefixes.
I did not know that was part of Bitcoin.
That's the proof of work.
Yeah. Is that you get the last...
You can just grab them.
Oh. I forgot how the... Oh, yeah.
Those were
Oh,
the
that-
X's, but now we have the various suits,
Yeah.
so... They are delicious.
Now we like cold things. What's that safe spot there?
The thing miners do in Bitcoin is they take a transaction that someone is asking to be
We've
verified.
apparently overshot.
Oh.
Oh.
I wouldn't even bother saving.
And then
Too
they
bad.
And then they verify the transaction by switching to missiles and firing at the center of the Bitcoin where it is blinking. Clara, where could we drop this, like, this conspiracy theory where, like, it would, like, go viral
So I've
to, like, the most
overshot.
credulous people?
Yeah, so that's what chat's saying.
Huh.
I assume the Roko's Basilisk people will love it.
I like, Xandra, I like your, here is Xandra's fan art. Well, Malumi, obviously having support from the NSA is good for Bitcoin, like, you know.
I guess we're supposed to somehow drop down from here or something?
No.
No, nothing here. It's not this, because I
Yeah.
can't go through this yet. They sure I overshot?
Well, two people said it, so it might be right.
I just don't know what, like...
Try going right? Upright?
Okay.
I want to stress, this is supposed to be the section where it gets interesting because instead of just telling you what to do, you're left to just sort of figure it out. But we are here just begging our chat to tell us what to do because wandering around trying to figure it out isn't very interesting.
That's where we came from.
Yeah.
Ah, keep going. Keep going back, I mean.
Keep going back?
Yeah.
This is not what I would expect given what I'm seeing. on
Yeah,
the map.
no. It's weird.
I do wonder if chat is messing with us.
Oh god, wait, did you see that?
It's not that.
It's not? It looks like it could be it.
It's not.
Okay. Really?
Apparently. feel like I very rarely feel satisfied at the answers to the like environmental puzzles in this game. Like I don't feel like I was clever by doing that. I felt like I trialed and errored.
The music
And
just
actually, I
got
would've-
slower and creepier.
Yeah, I would have errored a lot more if people had not told me to go back. Okay.
Affluent Evanescence just posted, remember your missiles charged now too.
Oh yeah. Okay, good to know.
Why is the music creepier? Hey, if you power bomb, what happens?
Let me see.
Cool. I'm good at this game. What happens if you just jump against the wall up there? Nothing. Okay, cool.
Use a fusion missile.
I bet you're actually supposed to come from the room to the right of here.
Okay, that doesn't work.
It's a good guess, though.
Oh well.
I've just noticed that you and SAX have the same footstep sound effect. It's just that hers is much slower because she's walking much slower.
So many space bagpipes.
I wish I could hear their music. Their plaintive wailing.
It is the music of the spheres.
Kind of literally, actually. Where's the button on this again?
It's on the other side.
Awesome. Oh,
Oh, shit.
sorry. I want to go to Space Scotland. Is that where Colmini is from?
Check this first, because I hope it's a save spot. It's a save spot.
Yay.
That I apparently am able to guess ahead of time, much better than I am at finding secret spots.
That was sort of cool. All the stuff got pulled toward the spot with the explosion. Oh, huh. Do you think that's important? The place where it says caution, keep out. You think?
Yeah. I can't shoot that thing. Okay. You're a shitty security camera.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
Oh, neat.
Warning, no entry without authorization.
I kind of wish they did more of the, like,
No entry without
alert voice stuff in this.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
Probably not important.
I'm sure it's not significant that now the security robot.
Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning,
Oh, okay.
without authorization.
So now it's showing that it's loaded.
No entry without authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization.
You accidentally set off the car alarm, and now you
Yeah.
can't turn it off again.
Yeah, I don't think we need any more hints from this point on. I think we're, as far as I remember,
Yeah, I think
pretty
it's. I
smooth
think it's.
sailing.
Yeah,
No
I
entry
think so.
authorization. Warning, no entry without authorization. Warning,
Well, that's encouraging.
That was a
guys.
good sound.
I feel really good about what's happening right now.
Everything is wonderful.
Yeah,
The space bagpipes.
I'm feeling up. I'm feeling up.
no entry without authorization.
Nothing says pouty like a space bagpipe.
No entry without authorization.
Whoa! Oh, hello. I remember you. One of my favorite segmented sprites.
Hey, so
Oh,
do you remember the first time you entered this room and you power bombed and the ceiling was different after you did?
Give me a second here. Okay, that doesn't work. I don't remember that, but I will power bomb. There we go. Oh shit.
I don't think charging is useful against this boss.
Oh, okay, I can destroy those, okay.
God, this brain thing.
That
Okay,
would
I need to go sideways, okay. Learning the pattern.
I do like the horrifying exposed brain as an explanation for why this is.
Why it's infected with it by the SAX?
Also, like, there's a track record for this bullshit.
Oh, shit. They like brains in vats. It's their thing.
Wait, who built Mother Brain? You're slightly too far left. When they designed this boss, you've like managed to land like one hit on it. When they designed this boss, they decided it was really, really interesting to design a boss that you can only hit from a certain angle on a certain 30 pixel range at certain times.
I am generally not a fan of how small they do hitboxes and how little splash damage your missiles have. It always seems like off. Scoos.
Warning, no authorization without entry. It's actually a pretty good song. That looked cool at least.
Looked cool, but didn't do anything.
This one took me a really long time when I played it, right?
I don't remember. I remember I found it really hard the first time and also scared the shit out of me. It's possible it's just a very easily frightened child, to be fair.
Excuse. Oh shit, sorry. Forgot you're in a boss fight.
It's cool.
Just making it hard mode for you.
It's fine, just shooting a giant brain in a tank.
Just keeping things interesting.
That's what I do. Monster X was a really good boss.
How do you feel about how this conveys, like, increasing damage?
It's working pretty well. Like, it's not super clear, but I think it's clear enough.
Well, it's like the brain keeps getting more and more exposed.
Yeah, no, it's getting more and more damaged.
What I mean,
The
remember-
limited color palette makes it a little bit hard for them to pull it off.
What I like is that this is the third time we've seen this boss, and every time we see it, it's been getting more and more damage. They've got like 12, 9 or 12 damage states, and we've been going across them slowly over the course of the entire game, which is kind of cool.
It's part of the advantage of how it's built, because they can basically just swap sprites out and use the same animation data.
Okay.
Ugh.
Wow.
God.
Oh, fuck me.
Remember, you can get the water now.
Yeah, that's true. Oh.
Dying to those things is just like the worst feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do like that. Like, the security robot being damaged means that the water's electrified. That's a good,
Yeah, no, that's some good.
it's a good touch.
Evanescence, hitting this robot diagonally is really hard because
Yeah.
of how narrow the aiming spot is. I probably could have said that a different way.
Ugh.
I think there's so many good songs in this game that just come down to the noise over and over. It never gets old.
Yeah, it's got good sound.
Good blomp. This blomping before was cool.
The thing is, Hans never made Womp cool, but people still have not found the power of Womp.
I will say there's one exception to it feeling bad when you reduce bosses down to just exploiting AI patterns, and it's when you're fighting a robot, at which point it's fine.
Curious actually to see what the sprite sheet is like for this monster. So it's security.
Oh, check that out. It's different legs are getting more and more damaged at different rates. I think? No.
The front legs are damaged. The back ones are the same ones that they've been using.
Okay.
Security monster. Monster security.
Ugh.
Okay.
Metroid.
God.
Fusion.
I like how they drew that brain sprite just to show it to you for like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
3 seconds, something.
Not even.
No, they're good at the horror thing. While keeping
Yeah.
everything bright and colorful.
Bright and colorful horror, that's a good aesthetic.
Ugh. Beam
Okay, now we
penetrates
have
walls.
yeah. I feel like plasma beam feels redundant, but like wave beam is like something that makes
If you
sense.
go right, you can get a. The room to the right can give you a missile with that power.
Warning. No entry without authorization.
Oh, okay.
I like how your beam is getting like more complicated in very sci-fi ways.
Yeah.
Like what is happening now?
No, 1 second. I'm gonna post
Okay.
a thing into the.
Well, we're about to hit a thing that's
Yeah, I just want to post. I found the sprite sheet for that.
because now we can shoot through
Yeah.
walls.
Hey, yo, let's watch Rosen Z sometime. Just thinking about that.
I've never seen that. Is it good?
Yeah, there's some kind of linkage to it's a movie by the team that did there's some kind of linkage to the team that did the Akira movie.
Okay. You have my attention.
It's about the retiree health crisis in 1990s Japan. It's really good.
Sorry, trying to do tech stuff with a phone, always annoying. Copy there, okay. Gonna paste into the chat a sprite sheet for that monster that we're fighting, so it shows how few actual unique pieces there are and how much of them are just the damage variations.
Warning. No entry without authorization. Warning. No entry without.
Sorry. Trying to actually get to the chat for us. Which is apparently a pain in the ass.
Are you using P-Chat?
No, I'm using just the Twitch thing.
Would you
It's
like
showing
to...
me it's showing me your hosted version of this, but not. Oh, I see. Okay, there.
Would you like to text
Yeah,
it to
it's-
me and I'll
I got
post
it. I got it.
Yeah, it's not possible to go back because we got through here through a floor that you can only fall down through.
But the
Yeah,
design
give me a
is
second.
the design is such that maybe you wouldn't necessarily notice that. You would just go like, oh, I can go this way. No warnings about entry.
There we go. Got it. So yeah, that's the sprite sheet for that monster that we just fought.
Alright, so in this next section, there is no entry without authorization.
Are you sure?
Let's check.
I feel like I have authorization. I did kill a thing.
That's similar to having authorization. But like the law of the jungle might make right, that sort of thing. That's our infosec policy.
I can shoot
might
through
make right.
steel. I feel like that's authorization enough.
Sure. Sure.
We have saved, right? Oh, okay. Never
Same
mind.
here.
What is it with me saying save and immediately finding a save room?
I don't know, but it's a useful power.
Why does it work in no other game? Neat background. I think that is actually digitized space photos. Oh. It's a whole bunch of Metroids.
Surprise!
Huh, but I thought they were extinct.
Huh.
Oh yeah, this all looks... Oh, neat.
So this was the first time in a long time that you'd seen the Metroid life cycle.
Yeah.
And
Actually, this was the highest res version of these that
yep.
Yeah. Neat.
would have ever been published. When I got to this
I
section...
also like that every time you go into a place, it's restricted laboratory, just to like...
Mhm. Explosions? The first time I reached this on my playthrough, I freaked out so hard. I think you can just go up.
Can I?
No, it's
No, that's... Oh. Whoops. Oh, okay, so I'm just to be leaving now.
Something's up. Oh no!
60 seconds. Installation lockdown.
SAX hate Metroids! Oh no.
wow.
It's not even a challenge. All you have to do is just space jump upward for about 20 seconds, but
Without hitting anything also, though.
Miguel's the one playing.
Oh, okay, oh, well... Hi, folks! It's this game again! Oh my god, I hate this game right
I
now.
wonder if they give you a special game over screen if you die in this segment. 9, 8, 7.
I love you. Let's die together in space. Yes, yes they do.
And that's the end of our show.
That's a really like dark tone for it to take at the end. I can see why there are no more sequels.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's Metroid Fusion. That's the end of the game.
I hope you all enjoyed that.
We're gonna move on to Metal
Definitely the
Slug 3 now.
darkest of all of them.
No entry without authorization.
Good gay ending though. You die with your girlfriend alone in space. It's very
What girlfriend? That's not.
okay. So maybe it's not a very healthy relationship. You have to understand there wasn't a lot of representation for gay relationships in the mid-00s. So we were happy with what we could get. She hates
Yeah.
I hate
love
Metroids! Also very sad, she doesn't know that you're supposed to powerbomb them. She doesn't understand, that was a really
No.
good guess. It's really annoying that it didn't work. She doesn't understand object permanence or that you're supposed to powerbomb Metroids and then freeze them. Well,
Oh, you got the bad end.
I can explain. Samus, you shouldn't have done that. You ignored your orders. You may have to pay a price for that quite soon. As you can see, the Federation has been secretly working on a Metroid breeding program. For peaceful application only, of course. Please understand. For peaceful application only, of course. Please understand. But perhaps you already knew its program's existence. Certainly, you must have had doubts when you saw Sector 1. SRX, a faithful replica of the SR-388 ecosystem. Ideal for raising Alpha, Gamma, Zeta, and even Omega Metroids.
they created a sprite for just to glare at him in this scene.
This research even uncovered techniques for rapid growth. Imagine creating an Omega from a larval Metroid in days.
For peaceful applications.
But that research is finished. The X has smelled out its natural enemy, and one of the SAX is on its way here. One? Are you saying there's more than one SAX?
Okay, good twist.
Don't be surprised, Samus. You know that the X reproduced by asexual division. Because of this mechanism, there are now more than 10 SAX aboard the station.
That's a good twist.
Samus, you must go. Get out. If you stay out too long, the SAX will destroy you.
And then we can't sell them on the black market.
Stop only in a navigation room to uplink to me. I don't know how HQ is going to take this, but you need to report to them immediately. Now get going.
Samus X 10 Samus clones is the true OT-11.
Is your objective clear? Yes. Morally clear? Yes, less so.
The real Adam would have said the same thing about that incident, but he would have softened the blow. He was relentless in his criticism, but he always cared. He was not a machine obsessed with duty. No such compassion could exist in that computer.
So yeah, I like how you discover the Federation engaging in something akin to war crimes, and the first thing that Adam does is blame you for it. I like how this game really gets that this is sort of a story about a relationship with an abusive man. Other M does not get this.
You know, definitely implies that your actual boss was also an asshole.
Oh yeah.
Just more emotionally manipulative.
Well, the thing I'm referring to is that, oh, that's good.
Oh, diffusion missiles.
Did something.
Huh, that's neat.
in Other M, you flash back in time to when she was working with the actual Adam.
Yeah, no, I know
Oh,
that.
okay. It's not
Huh.
good.
That's an interesting premise for a game. It's too bad they never did that.
Yeah. Ah! Ah.
So Miguel, thoughts?
When I see giant sprites like that, I just think of Atari Lynx games.
Nice.
Because it had the good hardware for doing that type of thing, so they did tons of shit like that. My favorite being when they did an entire, like, 3D
Oh my god.
tunnel racing game entirely using scaling sprites instead.
Wow.
It's a really good version of Stun Runner,
Nice.
but entirely using just, like, ridiculous numbers of scaling sprites.
Big Red Coat says, "We call this our unnecessary acid room." That's good.
Oh.
I feel really good about what's going to happen when you... Oh, okay. Ugh.
Oh, come on!
There's some really good payoff for the whole concept of, oh, you have to kill it.
Yeah. I don't remember. How do you fight this thing?
Try power bombing?
No, that's just gonna kill these things and give me a second one to deal with. Wait. Can you... Maybe you just can't fight it.
Yellow doesn't seem like a real color. What if you kill them like one at a time?
And stay near so you get...
No, let's give it a shot.
Oh, no.
Nope.
No? Oh, no, get it, just...
You
no.
can't.
No.
Wait, did it?
You can't. You have to actually...
This is really weird. This is like...
Well,
This
that's...
is like overly reifying the Metroid concept of a room.
I like it having it.
Well, it's like a
conform to
callback
something
to-
else. Like that's a good
To
thing.
what?
The ones in Super.
Okay, but those were like impossible to hit unless you hit them. Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, so you gotta use a powered up missile from behind,
Oh, I
or just a
hate
powered
it.
up missile.
Probably just a missile from behind.
Yeah.
But I hate it. And they're this weird color, so they look like they're glitched out.
I wonder if the screen had trouble with yellow. Like, that might be why they're so bright. Specifically. Fuck you.
Oh,
I don't know if this is gonna work. 'Cause
so yeah, it has to be behind.
yeah.
This bites.
Come on, do the jump.
Is that like? Is there any other one that works like that?
Oh, okay. That gives you the second one. Well, it'd suck if it was like I fucked it up and had to.
Do you just have to kill two of them?
Yeah.
That feels really broken.
Well, I mean, it really is like just call, right? Like the whole thing is just that.
Yeah, but-
It's
Were
just
there
a Super
ones in one
Metroid.
of the other ones where you had to hit them in the back?
It's like, hey, remember?
Yeah,
the-
there's ones in Super Metroid that are like that.
It's like, hey, remember the worst room in Super Metroid? Wouldn't you like to relive that experience?
I really don't like how arbitrary the rules about killing things feel. Like, it's mostly an art direction problem of not, like, designing creatures that actually imply how you have to fight them.
Is there any reason to
I
actually...
don't know. Who can say?
Chat, was there something we could do in that room? Because it looked like a waste of time.
Who can say?
We may never know. Weird.
I kind of like
Yeah,
this
that's
idea
true.
of
That's like
using
not.
the
Ugh.
Oh,
splash damage to set up platforms.
yeah.
Ugh. Fuck this.
It was bound to happen.
Ugh.
Whoa! What if Space Pterodactyl but metal?
It's Ridley, but painted on the side of a van.
Someone has a tattoo of this. I guarantee.
God, it's just making this freakish noise.
He should not be. I do like that in this game, like, Ridley just unceremoniously dies. Like, they just show him and nope. Is he gonna come back? No, he's fucking dead. You'll fight a Ridley, but the guy is just not.
Samples for this. Rah, 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 rah.
Shit, almost out of missiles.
Oh.
Miguel, are you familiar with a band called the Revolting Cocks?
Oh yeah.
That's what this is making me think of.
What
Ah,
about them? Because like
fuck.
the album covers I've seen look nothing like that.
No, the whole thing of like screaming into a distortion pedal.
Weren't the Revolting Cocks basically just like Ministry's country band?
Al Jorgensen was in it. I think it was like people from Ministry and like one other industrial band. It was like a super group basically.
Yeah.
Ridley is one of the few bosses where speedrunners use charge beam over missiles because plasma beam checks damage each frame.
Alright, good to know. I don't know. I feel like it's actually not, like, it's not a very interesting fight, but maybe that's okay. Like, especially given how far in the game we are.
Yeah,
like,
at this point you're just sort of tired.
well, I feel like also, like, it's okay for, like, there to sometimes be a...
Yeah. I didn't feel like you were. I don't know. There's this kind of malaise that sets in late in Metroid games when you've got like a lot of health, and then you're fighting these bosses. So it's just
Yeah.
like you're just letting yourself get hit a lot, and you're sinking missiles into it, and whatevs.
Yeah, it's Return of the Health problem, which was never really solved.
But I do feel like it also just, like, conveys something, right? Like, when your fights turn into just slugfest, like, it sort of shows that, like, you're strong. Like,
maybe a bit, yeah.
you don't need to, like,
Also, I think
figure out the puzzle solution.
I
You
think
can
this
just...
boss they just really wanted to draw a giant friggin' Ridley, and they were okay with it maybe not.
I don't know. I really like that, like, it's the recurring, you know, it's your recurring nemesis, and no, he's fucking dead.
I imagine
Some
Samus,
monsters
like,
reanimated his corpse.
I imagine Samus fighting him with like the Indiana Jones disgust look on her face. Just like,
That's just
you
disrespectful.
bam. Ugh.
This also does a good job of showing that the X creatures are like actually changing the
Yeah. You've seen him a lot, and this is very...
and also like they literally show the corpse being
Yeah.
the regular one
Right.
that you expect.
And it's totally the exact. It's like totally the exact sprite from Super Metroid.
It's better drawn, but yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Super Metroids are not so great. Like, they had to at very least do the whole cold damage thing to it.
I think it's literally just a recolor of the same pixels.
I don't know. He's pretty big on screen in the Super
This
Nintendo.
one.
This is a really small screen.
No, I mean that's what I mean.
Yeah.
He's very big on the Super Nintendo screen.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The sprite is...
Like,
He's got all these
I don't think he.
icicles on him.
Yeah, I don't think he fit.
Yeah.
I do think I think that they were drawing on top of the Super Metroid one, though.
I don't know, pull up the Super Metroid one.
This also looks like more colors than the Super Metroid could have
Yeah.
done.
Pull up the Super
What's
Metroid
even
one.
happening in this? I'm sorry, you're playing a video game.
That's a great question.
I... Bronies?
There's...
Screw attack.
I don't feel like that was using the screw attack in it, so they
Sure.
should have broke their rule.
Well, I mean, like the bouncing spring attack.
Yeah.
Right? This like spring tail. I feel like that's like.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
I feel
so.
like that's like connecting the two.
Yeah, see if you can pull up the actual Super Metroid one, because I want to kind of compare.
I'll see
No,
what I can do.
red, give me red.
I tried to pull it up and instead I found a scan of humanized Rainbow Dash and Applejack from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, just sort of gawking at a screenshot of the Frozen Ridley.
Keep it.
Are you suggesting I save it to my phone?
No, that's not what I'm suggesting at all.
Okay, here we go. Here is here's Super Metroid Ridley.
Okay. Yeah, the pixel
And here is Frozen.
dimensions definitely seem different. And if I switch windows, will that... Okay.
There's also like there's a thing in Super Metroid where every time Ridley appears, Ridley's at first just standing stock still, and then he springs an axe and starts killing you. And he's always in that exact same pose.
Yeah.
So I guess this is really the time to just start like hugging the walls. Look up there. Was that like
That was
screwable?
the thing.
Nope. Okay.
It probably is.
Probably.
Okay.
I feel like they were definitely looking at that one to make sure they got the pose right. But I feel like it's a redraw,
Ow.
not a trace over.
Great.
Oh wait, I should have used one diffusion missile. Yeah, that was the...
Ah. Finally.
Yep.
I do kind of like the horror at this. Whoops! There goes your platform. I do kind of like the horror at this point of like you're trapped on a space station with. Really? Okay. You're trapped on a space station with something that wants to kill you. If you get off, the military has just threatened to kill you.
I'm less worried about the military, given they don't seem to have a track record for keeping things under control.
Really, you're probably more safe being their enemy than their friend.
They die real fast.
Like, being your friend, they've, like, kind of, sort of already killed you and fused you with an alien being, whereas, like, the thing they've been trying to kill the entire game, they've just not been killing. Could you, like, make contact with the SAX and, like offer to, like, switch sides or something?
I feel like the great thing is that, like, with what the Federation has done, we got, you know, the horrible consequences of genocide. Like, the ecosystem was devastated, and we unleashed a predator that, like, could not be held in check. But also, they still got a bioweapon out of it. So really, it's just...
Win-win.
Anyway, I feel like this is the game where Metroid finally lives up to its potential of being a alien game.
It definitely gets the Space Corporations thing right in a way that none of the other ones do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, especially since it is never really clear if biologic systems is like a government entity, a corporate entity. It doesn't really matter. They have spaceships, and if they try to kill you, there will be no consequences.
Well, I mean, it's
for
the
them.
Federation. They're...
They're the Federation, right?
Is that a Metroid egg thingy?
That sure looks like a... Sure looks like one.
Good thing they can hatch them in days now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come
These
on!
guys again.
Let them die.
Yeah, it seems to be playing
This
off
is
the stuff
trying
in
so hard
two
to-
in good ways.
I am human friend.
It was like their very first attempts at fusion. Did not work very well.
I'm just dreading talking to this guy at this point.
Samus, we're done here. Leave the rest of the Federation. We should be preparing to evacuate the station. Are you joking? Do they know how dangerous the X are?
I still keep on being surprised when she talks.
How quickly they reproduce? The Federation has taken an interest in the X and SX. They believe this life form has endless potential applications. This is ridiculous. The X are heartless abominations. What potential could they have? It is not necessary that you understand such matters. The Federation is coming now. You should just leave quietly. This is madness. They won't stand a chance here. The station will devour them. What could be worth the risk? Capturing the SAX, of course. Are you serious? Do they think they can succeed? It will certainly be difficult. They don't expect your help. They knew you would try to destroy the SAX. That's why they stopped sending you support data. The plasma beam modification was ready some time ago, but they withheld it to keep you from engaging the SAX. Yet somehow you restored that function on your own. They also tried to withhold the diffusion missile upgrade because they didn't want you to grow too powerful. But they had already sent it, and you tracked it down. Bravo, Samus. They must cancel this mission. Open to Channels HQ. I won't let this happen. They're already on their way. Fools. As soon as the Federation ships land, the X will overwhelm them and absorb the knowledge and power of their occupants. The X are just waiting for the hunt to begin, and then it'll spread across the universe. Galactic civilization will end.
Maybe it should end.
The X hunger for form, knowledge, and power. They mimic these perfectly, but they cannot copy the soul. They're single-minded, instinctively seeking to increase in number. They're a plague, and the Federation underestimates their threat. The X must not leave them here. I must destroy them all before the Federation arrives. The station has a self-destruct mechanism. I must use it to destroy the X here and on the planet. I must send them to oblivion. Them, the station, and myself if I have to.
You want to do a ROM hack where all it does is add to your diary at the start of that?
Wait.
Really?
Dear diary, the X are an abomination.
Open the hatch! I've been ordered to confine you until the ships arrive. Don't let them do this. Can't you see what will happen, Adam? Adam? Who is Adam? A friend of mine. And what would this friend advise you to do now? You know that the only way to end this is to start the self-destruct cycle. You know how important it is. Did this Adam care for you? Would he sit in a safe command room and order you to die?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably. He would understand that some must live and some must die. He knew what it meant. He made that sacrifice once. So he chose life for you? Our fair warrior, Sam Saran. Your Adam gave his life so that you might keep yours. For the sake of the universe. How foolish. How dare you? How could you hope to understand, machine? You know that detonating the station in high orbit would not guarantee the complete extinction of the X-parasites, even though the station would be utterly destroyed. You'd only succeed in removing the one obstacle to the galaxy's ruin, yourself. You would ignore the simple fact and choose death. When Adam decided who would live, he chose incorrectly. If you were to alter the station's orbit, then you might be able to include the planet in the vaporization field of the self-destruct detonation. You'd have to start a propulsion sequence now, before the Federation arrives. Samus, this is your last mission. Go to the operations room and adjust the station's path to intercept SR-388. Then return to your ship and escape. Move quickly and stay alive. That's an order. Any objections, lady?
Twist.
Quality drop time!
I like how the only thing that the Federation computer is good at is when you need to figure out a way to make a situation worse. It's like, well, you were going to develop a space station. We could turn it into a major ecological disaster with a little bit of creative thinking.
No, see, that's where you're wrong. It's not an ecological disaster if there's no ecology left after the fact. It's just an ecological removal.
Excision.
Hey.
We excised the ecology.
Law 1 of ecology. It is impossible to change one thing at a time. However, it is possible to change everything at once. I do just...
Okay. Oh, there's a nice big room for you to fight something on the way.
Huh.
I do really like how, like, the sequence of events is like... Oh.
Metroid post-scarcity society, but only for explosives.
Huh.
Alright, cool.
I can't
What
remember
a
how we
clip
called
you learn about
those
genocide.
things.
It looks like you're trying to destroy a planet. Oh,
It's like detonating it in a high orbit will not destroy the planet. Would you like to apply this quick fix?
wait, what? What's that?
I'm saying you can screw attack
Yeah,
the thing.
that's what I was...
You can, but why would you?
Well, there's a room.
You've been there, right?
Every once in a
No.
while, this sounds like it's trying
great.
to do the Loom soundtrack, and it's very confusing.
There.
Oh.
Ah.
Well, that happened.
Oh, great. Power bombs. I love power bombs. They're just so useful.
Is this...
Huh. This one invisible thing
I've
uses...
never seen it do that. What?
What even...
Is this a puzzle?
What?
Can you stand? Oh, you can stand there. Oh! Stand and use your missile power up. With the, like... Yeah. No, the full
No,
one. No?
Well, it's fine. We don't need those. They're not useful. I guess we'll never know.
I feel like there's this thing in indie
I
games
guess
where
we'll
like
never
you have a
care.
set of mechanics and you get really, really devoted to like finding every single way you can combine those mechanics to create a puzzle, even if they don't make sense in terms of the narrative of the game.
Well, it's like really low, like it's not necessary. You could just ignore it, but it still slows you down.
I do like the sequence events of like
I thought this
you
might be
tried to
illumination.
weaponize the Metroids. You discover that your attempts to weaponize the Metroids have unleashed a horrible, horrible planet-devastating virus. Then you try to weaponize that.
Ooh, is it time for me to die? Or
It
find a
is.
safe room? One of the two. Those are the two things I do.
Your only skills. Dying or saving.
Well, there, I colored that in pink. No, no, no. Did that hurt?
The screw attack was doing damage.
Okay, it was.
But it also did damage to you, didn't it?
Does do ice missile still freeze it?
I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance. I thought I tried, but maybe.
Other way.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, charge beam.
Is this the way?
Yeah.
Where am
Yeah, just keep.
I? Oh, I see. I've got to go up there. Got it.
I don't know, I like that you both have screw attack. It sort of emphasizes how fucking weird it is to fight Samus.
See, I feel like it's not really like disturbing so much as it is like kind of pro wrestling a little bit.
That doesn't actually do damage, apparently.
Yeah, I know. I was just
So you
gonna
need to
free-
do charge damage.
I was just gonna freeze to get the time to get a charged attack off. Like that.
That seems to work.
Yeah, but unfortunately take. You can also charge while jumping, though.
Oh. I think you are incorrect. I think you can charge while jumping. I think I can die while jumping.
Alright.
Oh, screw attack also makes it invincible to beams. Like its screw attack.
Whoops. Nope, I'm good. Yeah, no, I like that, like, you have two different screw attack animations. Yours is kind of weird and fucked up. Well, you see, the SAX is an intelligent life form, so it knows that charge beams are stupid. Have some problems there, friend.
Friend.
What was it you were saying about crawl last time? Right?
Whoa.
I'm surprised that secondary forum lasted so little.
Yeah, it's really just like for atmosphere rather than
Yeah.
as a.
Actually, I remember dying in that form like 6 times,
What?
so I'm just wondering how... oh, nice.
Oh,
Fuck you.
of course.
They really don't want me to get that ice beam. Which, fair.
Propulsion sequence activated. Destination, planet SR-388. Destination, planet SR.
You can't save.
So I guess this is gonna end with you get to your ship and your ship is gone.
Da-da-da.
The SAX has escaped. With your animal friends.
Dun-dun-dun. Actually, it's kind of impressive in that the animal friends are the only thing besides Samus that doesn't get infected with the SR-388, and they don't even have the Metroid virus to protect them.
They're just cute.
They're smart. They're real smart. Apparently smarter than Federation scientists. Now we're going to run to our ship and nothing bad will happen. Everything is fine.
This looks like everything
Oh,
else.
cool. Awesome. Great.
Yep.
2 minutes to destination.
Are we playing ambiguous hitboxes again? Oh.
She hates Metroids.
Oh. Nice.
Remember Super Metroid? But what if spite?
All the way back, the Metroid followed me like an angry, petulant child.
So the one thing you got there was the ice beam, not the ice missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because there's a whole thing about why they were giving you missiles instead of the beam.
And your suit is now orange, which is...
Yeah.
It's still, like, fucked up, but...
Because yeah, you're now fused with both the Metroids and the X-Parasite.
Nah, X-Parasite's just delicious.
Yeah, Metroids eat X-parasites. Oh, crap.
I'm sure your immune system's fine.
You're definitely not going to die of some kind of, like, space pneumonia in 2 days.
That perfect military mind. The wisdom of Adam Malkovich continues to serve even after death. Until today, I had no idea that the minds of leaders and scientists were frequently uploaded to computers.
Metal
An
Gear Solid
incredible
Peace
reunion with
Walker.
Adam may have saved the universe.
So yeah, at the end, the plot is the plot of Metal Gear Solid Peace
But
Walker.
how will the feelings of the universe view our resolve? I doubt they'll understand what we did. The danger we barely averted. They will hold tribunals and investigations. They will hold us responsible. Adam understood this, and he spoke to me in my anger. Do not worry. One of them will understand. One of them must. I've reflected upon his words, and I see the wisdom in them. We are all bound by our experiences. There are limits of our consciousness. But in the end, the human soul will ever reach for the truth. This is what Adam taught me. Just one detail still bothers me. The ship can only be started manually. Yet before I faced the Omega Metroid, the ship moved on its own, guided by someone's hands. Is it possible? Adam? Lady, what's troubling you? You wonder how I started the ship. Just think about it. They lent me a hand. And that's why you save the animals, folks.
Sometimes the animals save you.
Okay, so wait. Malkovich? Malkovich? Malkovich?
So now that we know that the Federation, preserves the brains of, former people that they like, what does this say about that security robot?
What it definitely says is that you need to make sure not to die in Federation custody. That's what I'm gonna say. I just really like how they end with that, and then they just have no idea what to do after that. Every game after this one has been a prequel.
Yeah.
They're just...
Which is really frustrating, because I do feel like, I don't know, you could, move forward from this, and
It's an interesting
honestly, from this point on, you could, you don't need to have Metroids in the series, because Samus is the Metroid. That's your
Also,
your hook.
you could treat this game as like the heel turn, where the Federation turns out to be evil. You could just fight the Federation in the next game. It would be great.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
personally,
if we
that
can
would-
finally
yeah.
get away from the space pirates as the main enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it in many ways it opens them up to do new interesting stuff instead of sort of...
Yeah, but they never followed through on it.
I think I mentioned in a previous one of these streams that if I got to decide what they did next, what they would do next is that they would do an Alien Isolation clone where Samus is the villain, Samus is the alien. So you're like some technician on a Federation ship, and Samus, the dreaded, amazing but terrifying bounty hunter who has now destroyed 2 planets single-handedly and is partially fused with the dreaded Metroid, is on your ship fucking shit up, and halfway through you turn out that no, Samus wasn't evil.
I like
Federation
the weird
was
goo
evil.
part of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's creepy now.
Personally, my Metroid 5 would start with, just straight up Samus gets arrested. And that's what your escape is. You have all your items taken away because you're in jail and you're busting out.
Awesome. I also think it would be pretty cool if
And you could start with, at last, the last Metroid is in captivity.
Okay, that's good.
That's good.
Okay, let me see if I can get a slightly better quality stream going before
Okay.
we get...
Yeah.
We will be back, and then
Next
we're going to be doing after the break Metal Slug 3.
Yep, Metal Slug 3.
Yeah. And if y'all could stick around and give us advice on whether or not we have made things better or worse.
Okay, going down